Hello Lana, welcome to my channel. Today we want to talk about the percussion musical instrument under the drawing. The musical instrument are the percussion musical instrument are instruments that are played by beating, hitting, shaking to produce sound. When you look at this, we are talking about this percussion instrument that I've mentioned. That's the percussion musical instrument by producing the sound. Let's look at the first instrument. Here I have the isukutu drum, the name from the Luya community, and we put the pen so that I can be able to see it. That's the Luya community, from the Luya community by hitting. Then we talk about Nchichingiri as from the Kisi people. Then you have Njuga from Dawida. Then we have Musondo Ngoma from the Digo by hitting. These are the percussion musical instrument. Let's look at the next instrument from the Bukusu community. That's the Sabu community from the Luya. Is called Engoma. Is hitting. Marimba here from the Mijikenda by hitting. Ekonu. Ekonu, it's a drum from the Gusi people, from the Kisi people. Then you have Kayamba. Kayamba, we associate Kayamba with the coastal region people, which is either from the Mijikenda or from the Giriama people. Let's look at this drum. Here we have a drum that I've not mentioned in the community. Then we have rattle, have another rattle for shaking. Then we have shaking, shakers again. This is the various examples of percussion musical instrument, but you can refer to my various video on percussion musical instrument for grade 4. You will get more examples of percussion musical instrument. Note, the drum and marimba are played by hitting or striking. The rattle, I talk about hitting or striking. Let's talk about the rattle and shakers. The most rattle and shakers we played by shaking. That's another thing that to know. Then we talk about the classification of the indigenous Kenyan percussion instrument are divided into two, which is the melodic and non-melodic. Let's look at the melodic. The melodic percussion instruments produce different pitches. They produce different pitches. The idea here is to produce different pitches. Then therefore the melodic percussion instrument produce melody. It's also called another name, tune. They produce tune. They also produce tune when you play. The example, we shall have 2 here. You have 3. You shall have 2. Also, let me add 1 called dongo. Dongo to be dongo to be 3. It look like it look like marimba. Dongo also look like marimba. Let me increase the size so that you can be able to see it well. It's called dongo. Continue. Let's look at again now non-melodic. The non-melodic are all the percussion instrument that do not produce different pitch. It's produce one pitch. Even if you hit it with all your forces or your energy, it will still produce the single pitch. Examples. Now, the melodic, something to note that here, the melodic, non-melodic has different instrument. There are many from the. These are a few examples that they have mentioned, but they try to classify it because the drum, shakers, rattle, kayamba, all the types of drums. We have karingaringa. We have so many. But if you want more information, more examples of percussion instrument, please go to Percussion Musical Instrument in Grade 4 to the other video on my channel. You shall find them more and more. Let's look at the questions here. We have activity 1. Let's look at this activity 1. Activity 1, list drum from different community. List different drum from the different community. We shall look at the various drums. Let's look at the shakers from different community. Then we look at the rattle from different community. Question number 1. List drums from different communities. Let's look at the answer. The first answer here is we have bull from Luya, Isukuti from Abaluya. Then we have Musondo Ngoma from Digo. We have Ohangla from Luo, Dema from Chonyi, Mukanda from Kamba. We have Ndaka from Kikuyu. So these are the examples of the various drums. Examples of various drums. Let's look at the second question. The second question, list shakers from different Kenyan community. List shakers from different community. Let's look at the answer of the second question. Here you have Kayamba. We have Kayamba from Giriama. You have Kiringongo from Jikenda. You have you have Echikengele. You have Echikengela from Abaluya. Then we have Ngu. We have Echikengele from Abaluya. So those are the shakers. Let's look at the third question. The third question is the rattle. Rattle from different community. Here are the rattle from different community. We have Njuga from Dawida, Ikemba from Makikuyu, then Chichingiriri from Gusi people. We have answered the question, activity number 1. So let's continue to the next part. We go back to we want to look at now the parts of a drum. These are drum. It has the skin or membrane. It has ring. It has resonator. It has tuning laces. Then this has foot. These are the first drum, the first parts of drum. Let's look at the second drum. Still, the second drum has the membrane, has sling, has tuning resonator. Resonator is also known as sound box. It's also known as sound box. Sound box is also known as sound box. Let's look at the function of each part. Let's start with the resonator. Resonator make the sound. It make the sound louder. Make the sound louder, or it amplify. How is it making the sound louder? When they hit the membrane, the membrane will produce sound. The membrane will produce sound. Then the sound box or membrane or resonator will amplify or make the sound louder. That's what I'm talking about. After heating, it should make the sound louder. So the skin membrane will produce sound. Then the sound box will amplify the sound. Let's look at tuning laces. The tuning laces are used for tuning the drum. We use them to tune the drum, either tightening or loosening the drum, or when the drum, or also another function that they have not mentioned here. It also attach the skin membrane onto the drum. They attach the skin membrane onto the drum. Let's look at the ring. The ring is used. I'm here on ring is used to tighten or loosen the membrane when tuning the drum. What they do heat. They heat the ring. Then you pull. You tighten or loosen the tuning laces. Then you have the foot that is used to support the drum. Let's look at the string. The string has two. It's either for holding. You hold a drum when you hold the drum or carry the drum. Here I've used only hold, but you can hold or use it to carry the drum. Let's look at the next part, the next activity. To look at this activity. So I want to name this activity, this part. Here we have a skin. This is a skin. Skin or stroke membrane. Membrane. It means small. Skin. Sorry. Okay. Skin or membrane. Then here we shall have a foot. Then here we have it is not seen well, but it can be sound box. Let me call it sound box. Sound box or resonator. Resonator. Also we can still add another part so that you can see them well. You can see them well. Let me put this one to be tuning. Tuning laces. Then let me also name the other part. Let me name this part to be ring, because they have not mentioned, but let me mention ring, like that. So these are the parts of the drum. So I've tried to increase higher. The next name, N5 of non-melodic. Name N5 of a non-melodic. There are many, so we can just put a few. Let me put, okay, let me name them. What do we have here? We shall have the next activities. So let me just mention them. Here we can have the non-melodic. You can have a drum, shaker, a shaker. We can have rattle. Can have you can have rattle, say drum, shaker, all the types of drums. There are many, so in terms of space is too small. Name the percussion instrument that are found in your community. I'll just say, let me say, isukuti drum, isukuti, isukuti drum, among others. There are many, so there are many. Let's talk about the tuning percussion instrument. What is tuning? Tuning involving, here we are talking about involving the tune. I'm talking about the tuning here. Tuning. This involve adjusting. Here is adjusting the pitch of a drum or percussion instrument. The tuning is done by ensuring that the percussion instrument will produce a good sound or a desired sound. A good sound or a desired sound. Let's look at the ways of tuning a drum. We shall mention 4. Here they have mentioned 4. So number 1 here. Number 1, warming a drums by placing near fire. Then warming a drum by placing under the sun or in the sun. Is it under the sun or in the sun? Or tightening the membrane. You can also tighten the membrane or skin. You can also loosen the tuning laces. So loosen the tuning laces to the membrane or skin. Let's look at the note, what I have mentioned down. When the skin membrane of the drum is tightened, it produces a high pitch or high sound. And when the skin membrane of the drum is loosened, is produced the lower pitch. I'm talking about the lower pitch, and I'm talking about the higher pitch or pitches. So that's what we are discussing about the tuning. Let's now look at the improvisation. We are almost to go to improvising the rhythmic pattern using indigenous percussion instruments. Improvising rhythmic percussion instrument involve creating. Now what are we doing? Creating and playing the rhythmic a musical rhythm using the drum. Now what are we saying here? How to improvise the rhythmic pattern using the indigenous percussion instrument. In a group now, if you want to put the learners, you can in a group select different percussion instrument to play. Then some learners should have percussion instrument, or the percussion instrument should be played at the same time and to produce the melodious talk about the melodious tune, either or the percussion. Non-melodic percussion instrument. The other learners should make a rhythm by clapping, stamping, or snapping, clapping, stamping, and snapping the fingers. So the song can be used to accompany the improvised rhythm now involving the song. Let's look at how making the charcoal stick. Our charcoal stick, I've not shown the pictures, but how do you make the charcoal stick? The charcoal sticks are used to draw forms in art. We use them as dry media. The material you need are green sticks. You need cutting tools such as a knife or a panga, a metallic container with a lid. Then you need a source of fire. Then you need a hammer and nail to put you put the holes in that container so that it will not burst. The procedure that you can use, cut the sticks and so on. These are the procedure are not mentioned, but you can read for yourself. But let me read because there are not many. Say, number 1, cut the green sticks using the cutting tools and peel off the backs. Then cut the sticks to size. Then pack the sticks in the tin when holes of reed. Put the tin on fire. Put the tin on fire to burn the sticks. Then after burning, remove the tin with the sticks. It form the fire and let it cool down. May wait it cool down to not burn the learners. Let's now look at what you call the tone, the creating tonal value on drawing. That's we are talking about the lightness or the darkness of the drawing. The value. What are values? In another language, the values is the lightness or darkness of the drawings. Lightness or darkness of a drawing. It's arranged from the white to black. Help to create the deep depth and contrast in pitch. To make the lighter tone or value, add white colors in black. You add white colors in black. So to make the darker, you add darker tone or value, you add the black tone. Let's look at now smudging. The smudging techniques. The smudging techniques, I'm talking about it now, the smudging techniques, is involving smearing the colors on the surface. So after you have drawn an image, so you shade. After shading, use your finger to smear that shade. You've used the pencil to make it to be either to be smudged. Okay. How? Let's look at the few steps. Draw the percussion instrument on your choice using the pencil. Then rub a charcoal stick in a small circle. Then motions, circular motions, by applying some pressure to create the dark tone. As you move to the other side, using less pressure to create the lighter tone, then finish by blowing over the surface to clean the charcoal dust. So you can follow this. You can draw this. Now the following are percussion instrument. So activity 3, identify the area that you need the tone and so on. So let's look at we're almost to come to the end of this, but before we end this, you have to give a few answers and there, so that you can be able to see what are we talking about. So we will be able to answer various questions here. What are percussion instrument? We say the percussion instrument are instruments played by hitting, by tapping, to produce sound, to produce sound. That's what you have mentioned. Let me just show you give you the answer to those maybe who cannot be able, who have not heard me well. So this is what I'm talking about. Let me reduce the size, just reducing the size so that it can fit in this line here. So next, list ways of playing percussion instrument. We have mentioned them, but you can hit, you can strike, you can bang together, and so on. But I'll just give you these a few examples. You can use those one. List 3 examples of a percussion instrument. These 3 examples of percussion instruments. Percussion instrument. Let me mention just a few. These are a few percussion musical instrument. List the indigenous percussion instrument from a community. So this will depend with your community. So then we shall also have a drum. I will not be able to draw the drum here, but I can sketch. Let me just sketch a drum here. Please don't laugh at me because I'm trying to sketch this drum. Let me put, yeah, here's the drum. Let me put the sling like that. So let me name this part. Let me call this sling. Sling. Here's the sling. Here's the sling. Skin or membrane. Then we shall also have membrane. Okay, membrane. The next one we shall have the sound box, sound box or resonator. Resonator. Then the other part we should have 4 at least. Then tuning. I have the tuning. Tuning laces. Yeah, I may use the arrow, use different colors so that you can see it well. This is the sound box here. Then the tuning laces. Then here we have resonator. That's the answer there. Then define the tone. Define the tone value as used in drawing. Find the tone as used in drawing. Fine is used in drawing. So we say it is define the tone here. It is the lightness or darkness of a drawing. Let's look at the materials that used to improvise the charcoal. The material that we can use to improvise the charcoal. These are the material that we can use. There are many, but I will try to put them together so that you can be able to read them. You shall have the metal. Let me put on the line, put comma. Then also you shall have nail. Put comma so that they can fit on this space. So you can have space. These are a few material that you require. Let me resize it so that you can see them well. So the material. The next question, we're almost to come to the end of our lesson. Maina was improvising the charcoal stick. Describe the procedures that Maina when making the charcoal. So these are, I believe, many might not. This might not fit. But I'll just jump to. For example, I'll just mention number 1: cut the green sticks using tools. Peel off the bark, then cut the sticks to size, then pack the sticks into the tin with the hole on the lid, then put tin on fire to burn the sticks. Then after burning, remove the tin with the stick in it, then from the fire, and let it cool down. Let's look at now question number 9, because it is small. We can be able to write. So these are melodic percussion instrument. Another one is I would add the third one. Dong is called do. dongo, called dongo. Then what's smudging techniques? You talk smudging techniques. You said there's smearing, smearing the colors on the surface, smearing the colors on the surface. Then number 11 says list the item used in drawing. So we have so many items that you can use in drawing. So many items that we can use in drawing. Can use charcoal. Use charcoal, among others. Or charcoal, charcoal sticks. So how do we tune a drum? The next question shall be, how do we tune a drum? We have said the main reason why we tune a drum by to make the sound, to make good sound, or to produce good sound. But when you are warming, for example, you can put it on the sun or near the fire, or can you loosen or tightening the laces. Then our last question, let's listen to list 2 non-melodic percussion instrument. Before that, let me add about tuning. Let's say tuning. We can also add. Let me add this. Let me just put 2. Then I go to question number 13. Question number 13. We have shaker. We have drum, shaker, rattle, word, jingle, and among others. Those are a few examples of non-melodic. So we've come to the end of our lesson. Please remember to subscribe, remember to share, remember to tell people about Baptist 254. If you have any query, please make sure you can type in the description, on the comment section. When I find the question immediately, I shall be able to answer. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. More about percussion instrument, you can still visit my channel. There are various videos on content on the percussion musical instrument. Thank you.